Okay, overall we're still in a downtrend. I feel like, it wicked it off of take profit 12 on a daily. Starting March 3rd, 2022, we see price wicking off of take profit 12, 1933, and heading back down. Right now it's at 1930. Um, and let's just go to the 15 now. I want to show you on the 15 as well. You know, um, cool. Price was in a price. We've been in a downtrend. Price was making lower lows here. 1950, it made its first lower low. You can see more structure, and then made a lower high back up to 1948 before what? Breaking this trend line, making a lower low to 1934, made a lower high back up to 1940 before eventually making a lower low to 27 extension, take profit 11, 1915. Then price what makes a lower high. Once you see wicks below, it means buyers are pushing prices back up. It makes a lower high back up to 0.382, eventually 0.5. It goes back down to 0. This level right here, zero level a few times, and it goes back up to 0.5 before eventually heading back down to 27 extension. We've been in a downtrend. Since price broke this trend line, you can see we've been in a downtrend. Price making lower lows and lower highs, and eventually a lower low back down to 27 extension. Makes a lower high back up to 0.382 before making a lower low. Price got to on a 15. You can see structure too. Price got to 1930 and did not break above 1930. It got up to 1930 and then headed right back down. Got up to 1930 before heading right back down. Got up to 1930 again before heading back down to what? Zero. As it did in the past, it stopped at zero before a few times in the past. And then, price heads back up. Price heads back up, making what? A lower high, back all the way back up to 1934. And then, makes a lower low from 1934 to 1928, and we could be in a downtrend. This downtrend can be up too as well. As this is, price did make a higher high. It could be making a higher low and a higher high and a higher low and a higher high and a higher low and a higher high, and a higher low back down to 1928 before making a higher high back up here, as well, and it could be a nice little uptrend. At price already went down to 27 extension. Then we see this bullish engulfing pattern. Yellow candlestick is engulfing this black candlestick right here at 27 extension, March 2nd, 2022. And then we see higher highs all the way up to 0.32. Even though, we see a lower low, this could just be a higher low. As candlesticks are still above this trend line. This could be a higher low. And price is making a higher high back up to 0.382. Price will have before price, goes back up to 0.5 to 0.618, and now we're in an uptrend. It will make a higher low back down to 1928 before making a higher high back up here. You could have entered, you could have entered. You go back, you could have entered anywhere around here. Like when price made a um, a higher low, as it already made a higher high. Once price made a higher low, back down to zero, you could have entered at 1922 and prices at 1930 right now, and you're in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend. It broke above this level already as well. Once price breaks it, we finally see a break above 1930, as before it wasn't. So when price doesn't break above here, this lets us know price is heading back down, because we see resistance is rejecting off of 1930 take profit 12 area, our psychological area, and before heading back down, back down to zero. Anytime it does that, it doesn't break it all the way up, and if it was in a true uptrend, it will continue breaking up. It didn't. It stopped at 0.5 before and then headed back down to 27 extension. Out at 0.382 and headed back down to 1924. And it does the same thing here. 1930 heads back down to 1926. 1930, heads back down to 1927, 1930, and eventually heads back down to 1922. Then we know once price makes a morning star pattern, black candlestick star, yellow candlestick at our zero level or Fibonacci level. Let us know that price doesn't want to go to 27 extension 1915. It makes a higher high, back up to 1934 and finally breaks above 1930, take profit 12. Before all the other times it wasn't breaking above. So this lets us know that price was selling back down, and we finally see break above, Once we see it break above, then we could have said, okay, price is heading back up, but we needed price to break above. Finally breaks above, so when price breaks above, it's going to retest back down and make a higher low, back down from 1934 back down to 1928. It's going to retest and make a higher low after making a higher high from 1922 from zero. That this is zero level. Is going to go here, and then you could have entered at 1922 before price just continues going up and up and up. It's going to retest and make a higher low back down in 1928 before making a higher high back up to 0.320, 0.618. And we could be in an uptrend, and this downtrend could be over. This downtrend could be over. And then we could have a Fibonacci from here. We really want it. We can have a Fibonacci from, we can have draw it from here to back up to C, right back up to C right here. 27th extension, 1945. Take profit 11. And we can have a Fibonacci here if price is just, consolidating, retesting at, 0.32, 0.5, 0.32, 0.5, goes all the way down to 0.618. Bounces off this trend line before heading back up to 0.32. And finally breaks above 0.32, but it heads back down to 0.382. And then next it will head back up to 0 and then 27 extension, and we can have a Fibonacci from here all the way up to 27 extension 1945. So we could be in an uptrend too as well, gang. So this is just my analysis, what gold is doing and what I would do in this trade, as what I would do in this trade if I was trading this, this is what I would do exactly. I would do something like this. And then I would get in, once price makes a higher low back down to 0.618 and bounces off this trend line, boom, and then makes this morning star pattern, yellow, black candlestick, yellow star, yellow candlestick. We could have entered right here in 1922, and price is now just broke above 0.382 level, as it went all the way back down to 0.618, then heads back up 0.5, finally breaking above 0.382 and is pushing all the way up to 1938, and then eventually 27 extension 1945. And we should see gold heading up to 1945 27 extension. So I hope that helps, gang. And I'll keep you updated with more videos, gang. I think gold is going up. I believe probably gold is going up now that I draw Fibonacci from 1915. We could see gold heading back up to 0 and then back up to C 27 extension. So you could have entered at any of these Fibonacci's right here, 0 point right here. What's price, gets to 0.618. You could enter right here. You could have entered at 0.5, and as price is breaking above 0.382 right now, and you're in profit. You're in profit at 0.5, 1927. Price is at 1931. Or you could have gotten in at 1922, right when price broke below 0.618 and rolled this all the way up from 0.618, 0.5. Price just broke above 0.32, just broke above take profit 12, 1930, our psychological level, and now it's pushing up to 0, and then eventually take profit 13, our psychological level, 1945, 27 extension right to C. So, gold can go all the way up to C, 1945 gang, and I'll keep you updated. All right, gang.